So as you could see from the cutscene, if you missed it, what was happening, essentially this is happening right after Kain refused the sacrifice, but in the new timeline, and he went across the essentially all of Nosgoth, conquering it until he reached the city of Meridian, where he was met with the Seraphan, a resurrected ancient order of vampire hunting knights. And if you followed along all the way until Defiance, you will already see what those green eyes on that main antagonist, the Seraphan Lord, what they meant. Again, this makes perfect sense because this is happening chronologically after Defiance, as in after events of Defiance, after the Hilden Lord escaped with possessing of Janos. All of that will be explored in this game, so let us get into it right away. I'm gonna be using the assisted blocking simply because there is a slight command delay. It's less than a second, but it can be felt, so I won't be able to get the timing out for this. So I'm using an assisted, and also it's simpler, and combat, it really isn't that complicated. Did I just skip?
Kain, do not be afraid.
What magic is this?
I am using the Whisper, Kain, a natural ability of vampires. In this way, we can keep in contact even over great distances.
Yes, I remember now. She had been in my thoughts. I almost believed I had called her myself.
Never fear. I cannot read your thoughts, but only speak into your mind and hear you in return. Now, proceed down this street. I shall be waiting.
I think... Can't look at it anymore. I think I've skipped a cutscene. It wasn't running, so I don't know, but it's possible that I did. Anyway, right now, I'm just gonna go down the path because I can't do anything yet.
Protectors, that's why.
And why so many?
Well, we need a great deal of protection. The Seraphim have sworn to protect the people and destroy the vampire menace.
Have you ever seen a vampire?
Exactly. They've kept their promise.
I'll tell you what else they've kept. Our tax money, that's what.
Hush that talk. Someone may hear you.
Welcome to the Slums, Kain. We are in the oldest and most decrepit part of the city, where few people dare to come. A perfect place to train you.
Train me? Do you take me for a dog?
Your memory has been shattered, and your body has lain dormant for 200 years. What skills you had must be recovered before you can be of any use to the Cabal. You must learn to fight and to survive.
I thought you were taking me to feed.
Patience, vampire. First, know that you are stronger and faster than mortal men, able to jump higher and farther than any human that ever lived. When your path is blocked, seek for a place to jump. Now, join me up here.
I am gonna be killing everybody, including civilians, but right now I'm not doing it because I can't feed yet.
Excellent. Know that you also have the ability to float. When you are on a ledge, such as this one, you may land silently and carefully by floating down. This will be important when I train you to kill. Now, follow me.
She would discover I needed little training in how to kill.
Once I jump down from here, I won't be able to come back here. And there are a couple of humans here that I could kill, but I can't drink their blood yet, so... There is a reason why I want to drink every single bit of blood. That's because you get experience from it.
The whole of the lower city? How am I to get home tonight?
That's just as I told you.
My Agnes will have my head.
I couldn't get home the last time they did this, so I had no place to sleep. And then I was picked up and fined for being on the street at night.
They can't do that.
What they do, we better find a bed for the night.
Agnes is not going to believe me.
So, by listening to the civilians, you can learn more about what's happening in Meridian, and we already know that Seraphine are imposing a curfew to protect against vampires, even though nobody has seen a vampire in 100 of years. Well, 200 years. Pull the lever.
Mind your business.
The city is a labyrinth.
All the better for a hunting ground. Tell me, Kain, are you hungry?
Yes.
I have a prisoner waiting for you down below. A thug from a local gang of criminals. He sought to murder yet another helpless victim, but he met me instead.
Spare me the moral anecdote and direct me to his throat.
Drink then. I will be waiting below.
Okay.
I see you are restored.
I am.
Blood is your life. Without it, you will die. If you are wounded, seek out blood to restore your vitality. You must know, too, that by drinking the blood of others, you will gradually become stronger and harder to kill. We call this a vampire's lore. The more creatures you drink from, the more lore you will gain, and the greater your health will become. Leave no enemy alive, Kain. You will need their blood and their lore to survive. Now, let us continue.
Okay, and that's why you also want to kill every single civilian and everything, pretty much everything that's alive, because you get that lore from everything. And even though civilians and stuff, they give you little, but every little counts.
Somebody help me, please!
And that's how it looks like when you level up. So there are 2 meters in the upper left. The red one is of course your health. The right one is lore. That'll fill up as I drink blood. And as I interact with vampire artifacts. And that's why you want to kill everybody you can. You also get gradually weaker over time.
While we are superior to humans in many ways, we also have certain weaknesses that they do not possess. Though it is life-giving to humans, water is deadly to vampires. Its touch burns our skin. Immersion in water can kill us. Avoid it at all costs. Also know that scattered throughout Meridian are relics of our ancestors. Useless to humans, only vampires can access these coffers and use the power within. Seek these out on your journey.
I'm gonna be exploring a lot because I don't remember all the details of where everything is in this game anymore. There are plenty of invisible walls to prevent you from going somewhere where you shouldn't be going. Oh, more lore. Poor civilian who never saw it coming.
How rude.
More. You get a lot more lore from those coffers than you do from drinking blood. But that's why there's less of them. There's red and blue. Blue give you even more, but those are even rarer. As far as the comparisons with Blood Omen 1 go, it's drastically different, but it pulls some similarities.
I spoke before of our mortal enemies, the Seraphan. It is their sworn crusade to destroy all vampires, and for this they have developed special defenses. You see here a ward gate.
What precisely does it do?
Should you so much as touch it, you will be burned as by fire. The Seraphan have raised these wards throughout Meridian. We can go no farther this way. Follow me into the sewer.
Hello Vic, nice to see you. Yeah, that was incredible timing to see me just as I was kicking a woman in the garage. Yeah, no mercy in this game. Getting my first weapon here. The weapon in this... Oh,
Your ability
Benny.
to survive will depend upon your ability to fight. It's time for you to learn how to kill. Your first line of defense is your agility. You can dodge around an opponent using your inhuman speed. You can also defend yourself by blocking attacks. I shall now strike at you. Do not be concerned. I shan't use my claws. Block my attacks, and we can proceed to the next lesson. We are all armed with a natural weapon, our claws. Use them to kill your enemies. You can practice by attacking me. If you see an enemy become tired, use this opportunity to grab him. Once grabbed, you can throw him a great distance.
Or you can attack them, which is more useful. You can do normal attacks, or you can do a heavy attack. It's even more effective when you have a weapon equipped. Oh, but you want me to throw him, huh? Does it count as a throw? It does.
Excellent. Your lesson is over for the moment. Continue through the sewer, and I shall meet you again shortly.
So since Kain has been asleep for 200 years after getting defeated, he has no skills. He only has access to his mist form and a fury, which is essentially a, well, it's a more powerful strike, but that's only useful against bosses. I mean, it's useful against other enemies, but not necessary really to use it. Okay. The level design in this game in particular is top-notch. Even though it's more mechanical in nature because of where we are.
Here you are at last. Through this door lies your first true test. A gang of criminals are encamped ahead, and one of their number stands guard, unaware that his fate approaches. You must kill him, Kain. You have the skill to block and dodge his attacks. Bring him down using your claws. Once you have felled him, drink his blood to restore yourself from any wounds you may receive. I will be watching.
So combat in this game is actually quite enjoyable. It's much simpler than it was in Defiance, but it is very, very indulgable. Oh. You want me to use Fury? There is no need for you to use Fury on this thing. Yeah. In this game, you don't have a specific weapon. I was already thinking that message won't go away, but it did. Okay. The frame rate of the game might be a bit choppy at times because the CD is a bit old, so the emulator might have some issues reading it from time to time. I wish I could play this on a PC version, but it's just too much of a faff.
In addition to our physical superiority, vampires also possess dark gifts. These are our supernatural abilities. Our curse develops differently in each of us, giving us unique powers. Much of your former power, Kain, has been weakened during your long hibernation, but you yet retain a single dark gift. The mist you see here can be used to your advantage. You have the ability to assume a mist form and become nearly invisible. You can move silently to bring down your prey from behind. At times when you are outnumbered, look for mist from which to kill your enemies silently. If you are pursued, you can hide in mist to escape. Now, Use this gift to kill those before you in the cemetery. I will let you continue when the deed is done.
Okay, just explore a bit. Hey. More, and we have another level up. There are no guards down here. Probably is one up here though. No, I'm mistaken. Okay, I can choose a weapon, but these are all just the same weapon. This fixes and reinforces the weapon, makes it stronger. Where did that other guy run to? Also, you get grab attacks, and they're unique for a weapon. So each weapon has a different attack. Well, some of them are of the same class, so they look the same, but they're pretty much all different.
What manner of sorcery is this?
This is Glyph Energy, a new form of magic brought into the world with the rise of the Seraphan. It supplies power to all of Meridian. The gate you see can be opened using this energy. Activate the Glyph box. This will bring power to the gate's lever and allow you to open it.
You don't belong around here.
Or give me lore. I don't know why they called it lore. They could have called it essence or blood infusion or whatever, but they're calling it lore. Kinda silly. It's kinda cool that you can actually see how the magic travels. Also makes it easier to follow what you're doing, because this glyph magic is what most of the puzzles, if you want to call them that, consist of.
Well done. The glyphs are operated by the Glyph Rites, a secret society existing within Meridian. You may see them working on glyphs from time to time. They rarely talk with the townsfolk, and very little is known about their origins. Ahead is the market where the common dregs of Meridian engage in their filthy commerce. Beyond the market is the bridge that leads to the lower city. Make your way east to the bridge. I shall meet you there.
And where are you going?
I shall scout ahead to ensure that you don't meet any Seraphan patrols. You aren't ready for them yet.
How trusting of you to leave me to my own devices.
Consider it an act of goodwill.
go. Thank you for your blood contribution. There's fog there, so we can sneak up on that guy. There's the switch. Let's get rid of this guy first. There are 2 killing animations as well, so you get, just like for the grab attack, you get 2 stealth kill animations. One for normal press of the key and one for the key plus forward.
What are you?
Probably just should have listened to him what he has to say first. They do tend to give information about the world.
Mind your business. Stay back.
Sometimes, anyway. So, this switch is... Okay, I made a boo-boo. I was sure that I could get there, but obviously not. And of course, that means that I have to do this bit all over again. There's a switch down here that I need to press first. Yeah, there it is. Oh yes, more crotch kicking, and it is quite hefty. Full boot crotch kicking.
That's generous, I call it. You see that? Have you seen what it can do? It will bring light and heat and no cost for oil or coal. And they bring it right down to the poorer quarters for us simple folk to use. Bless the Seraphim and all their doings, that's what I say, for sharing their magic with the poor. What are you?
You've been blessed by the Seraphim, consider that. Okay, so now this should be active. So it is.
Mind you.
that's the only one who was here. There's more of them down there, and I won't be able to sneak past these guys, so...
Excuse me.
You are excused. So dodging won't work for normal attacks, ironically. Dodging is used specifically for special attacks. So like in many games that follow this one, you have yellow attacks and red attacks. Yellow you can block, red you can't, and those red ones you're supposed to dodge against.
Come, this way. Follow me.
Where are we going?
I am taking you to Sanctuary, the heart of the Cabal. It is time that you meet our leader.
It was time indeed to hear this so-called leader's plans and learn what he thought his plans might be for me.
Kain, this way.
Vampire! Here, close the gate.
Kain, you must find a way to reach the lower city. The smuggler's tunnel will take you there.
Pestilent vampire, die!
Go to the Grand Hotel in the slums. A contact will meet you there. He will tell you where to go.
Stinking, verminous, blood-sucking fiend!
Do you want your death now? Come, and you shall have it.
Come back!
I was alone at last, in a city changed beyond all recognition, in a land that was under a curse. Should I follow her, as she asked, or go my own way, find my own answers? But answers were promised me in Sanctuary. After that, I would know what to do.
Right, so now we go. We can't go through the green gate because that's gonna kill us. Or maim us, so we go this way, I believe. Not this one, but to the right, but I'm just looking around if I missed anything. I think I did. So we go forward. There's another dude. Here. No value anyway.
What do we have here?
So I go up the ladder, I suppose. Path is what I came from. This Blood Omen is more a platformer, so an exploration and platforming game than what the previous Blood Omen was, but it's still very much hack and slashy.
Did you see that? I'll call the guards.
it's also a game of trying to find every single living person to annihilate. Ooh, short sword. Have that. I think the short sword is a bit faster in attacking. Not that it matters. All of the weapons, they deal different types of damage and they deal different amounts of damage, but they pretty much all do the same thing. I was not supposed to jump down. Yeah, it's faster. Actually, I was supposed to jump down just to get him because there's nothing else here. Can I open this door? No, I cannot. Correct route is to jump over there. He's more efficient in moving boxes here than he was in Defiance.
Stay back!
Oh. Just rubble.
Pardon me, Governor.
Broken, so not through here. Now this game has much less lore and a lot more gameplay. So there is more combat, there is more puzzle solving, there is more platforming. Very little lore. And most of it is discovered at the very end of the game. Which makes sense, all things considered. Oh. I think I was supposed to look into there first, and I can't. Ah, back up. Oh well.
Someone will teach you a lesson.
Okay, Vic. Okay, so let's see. I redirected the power, I closed that gate or opened the gate. No matter how you want to look at it. Now we go back. Now, as it is always the case at the start, the quote-unquote puzzles are very simple, but as the game goes on, they become trickier.
Stay back.
You might think, what's the point of bothering with civilians considering how little lore they give you, but it stacks up, trust me. It stacks up over the entirety of the game. Also, there is less and less civilians the further back you go, the further in you go. Of course, more lore you get for the toughest enemies, none of which are present yet. Another obvious puzzle.
I was told to meet someone here.
Who's there? You must be Kain.
You are a human. Curious that you would help one such as I.
We hate the Seraphan, we humans. The things they do, it's not right, not natural. If your kind can bring them down, I'll help you, I will.
I was told to find the smuggler's den.
You're a stone's throw from the entrance. Go through, it will lead you to the smuggler's den. Careful though, there's rogues down there that'll attack you on sight.
Then they will die.
Wait! Tell Uma that I helped you, please. She promised me the dark gift if I did as she asked. You'll tell her, won't you?
I'm certain Uma will give you all that you deserve.